All right, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and I'm joined today by none other than Caleb Daniels, author of Licensed Troubleshooter, The Guns of James Bond. And we have an N64 and GoldenEye.
I feel like it was obligatory with this.
Yes, this is, I think, the cultural touchstone that introduced so many people to James Bond. Is that too much to say?
No, I mean, I think this is a generational moment for a lot of folks. It missed me by a few years, but almost everyone that I've spoken with that's in that age range, just a little above me.
That's my age. God,
this was the touch point that got them into James Bond. You know, a lot of folks that I talked to, they're like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I played the game, and then I guess I saw a movie after the fact." But James Bond, what was GoldenEye? It was a basement, a tube TV, and you know, a pizza, and it's a core memory for so many people.
Yes, myself included. I grew up playing a lot of this with friends, and boy, it is interesting to watch it again now with, like, graphics have changed since my day, sonny.
Well, it's a little staggering seeing it on a flat screen as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have a tube TV in my basement with my N64, and at least it lets you live in that world again. But it is weird seeing the 64-bit being tossed up on a higher resolution screen doing its best.
Yeah. So we're going to play a little bit here just for kicks, and then we're going to talk about the guns that are in the GoldenEye game.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a bunch of them, and there are a lot of people who know these guns as well as they know any real guns.
Absolutely.
All right, so. All right, what are we doing here?
Do you want me to drive?
Yes, please. We need the automatics. It's got to be the automatics.
Got to be automatics. Where do you want to go?
I think library.
Library it is.
I feel like library is one of the classics.
Oh, shoot. Well, I get to be James Bond. You get to be Natalia. There you go. I just forget that you got to run that as the D-pad option.
D5K Deutsche.
Uh-huh. Don't think too much about the inauthentic nomenclature here.
Well, this is coming back to me a little bit.
Yeah, well, you've got that and I've got a pistol, so I'm not necessarily thrilled. So
right, it's not coming back well enough that I remembered you can't actually jump off of ledges.
Yeah, you have to be pretty committed to wherever you are, that's for sure. Oh yes, there we go. That's a little better. Muck it up, Jordan.
Jordan's just laughing at how much we both suck.
Well,
or maybe just how much I suck.
It's all about
laughing at him saying, "Oh, that's much better about the Klobb."
Well, you know, and more about rate of fire, Jordan, than anything else. You tried to aim in this game as of late. It's more about dancing in a circle with somebody. So, you know, having more than a semi-automatic does bring me a little bit of joy.
Now we get to play the great game of where the heck is my opponent? Ah, there's my opponent!
Nope, come on. I told you about my conspiracy concerns, and here we are.
Yes!
I told you this was a conspiracy against me.
Woo! Controller.
I got one!
What Ian forgets to tell everyone is I got him the first time last time round, and then conveniently the audio was poor.
You killed me quite a lot of times on our last game.
In fairness, I did have it was, oh, sweet Mother Mary.
Where'd you go?
It's all about that serpentine path. Oh, mother of all.
Come on, come on!
I thought I selected the gun. Come on. Oh, thank you. I hit B 8 times to get my gun, Jordan. Better controller.
8 gets your gun.
Look, it's the
Is it
poor,
B reload A gun?
Yeah.
Well, then that would be the problem, wouldn't it?
it's the poor artist who blames his tools or
That's
something, something.
It's all user error.
Well, you know, it is all about blind men driving one another at this point. Wow, this is embarrassingly bad. I'm running into walls, trying to find things, assuming things are doors when they're not. Things are going marvelous. You know, last time we played, I just hadn't played in, like, ever, and this time I'm like, I'll practice, and then what did I do? I just completely make an ass of myself. It's great.
Oh, and I just accidentally changed.
It's fine. I paused instead of reloading.
Ah,
Oh,
man, aiming is like hard and stuff.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, the fact that your health doesn't reset and you have to like dig around for body armor. Not a lot of kids' gloves in these old games.
Yeah. On the bright side, now I understand why you can't fall off the ledge, because if you could, I would spend all of my time falling off the ledge, I think.
Come on.
No.
Not a single hit. That is embarrassingly bad. Oh, come on now. Nope.
I just have to count on volume of fire. That's all I have going
Accuracy
for
through
me.
volume, not
Yeah.
through aiming. It's also I picked the autos. How did I not pick that gun up? Oh, because you did.
Die, James!
Son of a motherless. I'm not about
No.
to try to slap her, bro.
I'm
Karate chop action of Buzz Lightyear over here. It's really helpful when you pick up ammo but no gun.
Oh, come on! Oh, I got the Klobb, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know,
There we
talking
go.
about the gun side of it a little bit, trying to get to the surface, you know, making myself sound like an expert in something here, considering I can't seem to win.
This is miraculous, by the way. We need to keep doing this for a very long time. This is very gratifying.
Go ahead and go buy a lottery ticket while you're at it.
Yeah, pretty much. How many people thought they were going to tune into a Forgotten Weapons Let's Play?
It looks like we're better served talking about the firearms of a game than playing the game.
Come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, I'm like one hit away. Come on! Ah,
Woo! How are you not dead?
I,
Well, it's easy.
I'm
I just wasn't
about
shooting
dead.
you.
I mean,
I was shooting
that could do it.
around and at, apparently.
I'm pretty sure it's entirely skill on my part.
Oh, yeah. It's
Definitely nothing else.
prodigy level more than anything
Oh, yeah.
else.
Really, it's unfair me even competing.
There's a reason why you haven't played in a while. It's embarrassing to the rest of us.
Yeah,
Clearly.
Exactly.
Clearly for me.
Somewhere around here, I think there's body armor, which I would really like to have.
It would be cool. I'm shocked that you know Jordan's not over here drinking, attempting to watch us. I don't know how he's doing it sober.
He's desperately, he's on the cusp of just taking his N64 back home.
Yeah,
You're an embarrassment to the N64.
It's slightly painful to watch.
Get off.
it's okay. I'll let Jordan maul me at some point today on this. He brought it over here. It's the least I can do. That wouldn't be the first or last time I embarrassed myself, clearly.
You screen-looking bastard.
Me?
No, him. I saw that.
You saw nothing.
Huh. Well then, wow. We got 1990s cheating happening and questions of why I can't lose or I can't win because I have integrity. That's incredible.
Oh, how convenient.
It's good that we're in a business relationship now. That's
Yeah.
really comforting for me.
Ah! Damn it. Ah. All right, we should probably wrap this up. Like, you know.
I mean, at some point.
Oh, no. No. Respawn. Yeah, we definitely need to stop before, you catch up to me.
Yeah, that'd be emotionally devastating for you.
I think it's set to 10.
Yeah.
First one to 10 kills?
I think it's 10 kills and or, 10 minutes or whatever is like the breakout.
Should be just 10.
Woo!
Well, he's up to 6, so now you're 2 ahead instead of 1.
This is my DD44 Dostovoy.
Quick, Jordan, translate.
Tokarev.
Is it a
Thank you.
Tokarev or is it Desert Eagle?
No, it's a TT-33.
Okay.
Come on now, show me a firearm. And we're back to the club. Love that. Thank you. I just want to get out of.
Oh, 1 minute left.
This is a hide and seek game now.
Hide and seek? I don't know where you are. Are you screen looking?
No.
That's the only way you would know.
There's literally a mini map in the top right corner.
Oh, shit, there is. Oh, that would have been helpful if I'd remembered that a while ago.
Well, instead of cheating, you mean. Oh, son of a mom.
All right.
Well, there we go.
Wow. Weapon of choice.
Yeah, I would imagine the MP5 was.
D5K. It's not an MP5.
You're right. I'm sorry. This is the legally very.
Yes, we're not going to get sued over this. It's the D5K
Well, they certainly weren't trying to be.
Deutsche.
Same with the Klobb.
That was fun.
It was a good
That
time.
was actually quite a lot of fun. So, GoldenEye, like basically all video games, has accurately modeled.
As best you can, right?
Right, for its time frame, all five polygons per gun. But it's accurately modeled real-life guns from Bond movies, particularly GoldenEye, but it's given them all fake names.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people actually know these guns better than they know some real guns.
Yeah, like if you see anyone post like a Scorpion, right? You never see anyone call it a Scorpion. It's always a Klobb.
It's a Klobb.
It's always a Klobb.
Right.
My friends at Silence Co. actually have 2 of them, and they suppressed them both. And they posted the other day, and I was laughing pretty hard because they just posted with caption, "It's clobberin' time." A little bit of fun there. But I mean, that's how ingrained in the psyche these guns are in connection to this. Like, that is not a famous gun that existed outside of the world of GoldenEye. It is, well, this is my first touch point, therefore it is this.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So much so, in fact, that we actually have a stretch goal in your book's Kickstarter for a mini section on the guns of N64 GoldenEye.
Yes.
Because that is such a relevant focal point for such a large part of today's Bond appreciating population. So we have up here the various guns equipped in the game. The PP7.
Yes.
Pretty obviously, that's the PPK.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, some of these have names that are just barely different than the real thing. And
absolutely.
some are like Klobb. Do you know where Klobb came from?
I could not tell you.
Because I have no idea.
I'd love to hear it, Jordan.
Klobb is named after one of the programmers, Mr. Ken Klobb.
Oh.
Right. I take it he particularly likes that one?
No.
Or, he particularly didn't like that one?
Everybody hates that gun,
Or-
but they named it after him as a joke.
Okay.
That's fun. See, it's good to have you for this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
silenced. Okay, DD44, which I actually made good use of in our game.
Yes, you did.
Is actually the TT33 Tokarev.
Makes sense, I guess, right? I mean, it looks more like it. I don't know to you, but it looks more to me like the Duck Hunter gun than anything else.
That's a pretty. You can see the hammer there. You can see the slide release.
Yeah, there's some details.
It's vague. When I saw DD44, I assumed Desert Eagle.
Yeah, especially with the long barrel and the
Yeah.
whole setup, and the fact that you whoop my ass with
And it's a powerful gun in the game.
right.
But there is actually no Desert Eagle in the movie GoldenEye.
No, it's a Russian firearm, and a lot of obviously it's all about the collapse of the Soviet
Right.
Union and what happens after. So
Exactly.
it makes sense. You see so many guns from that world inside of here, such as the next one, which
The Klobb,
like we talked about.
clearly a Scorpion with the stock and the magazine there. It's a little hard to tell in the game footage,
Right,
but looking at it here in your equipment watch.
it's super clear.
So, and as we have been informed, named after one of the programmers, Ken Lobb. Curious to find out if he's the one who set its bullet impact to be essentially negligible.
Yeah.
That's the famous part about the Klobb
Uh-huh.
in the game is, and it's kind of taken from reality. It's a 32 caliber,
Right.
32 ACP.
Yeah, I mean, it has its.
It is pretty wimpy.
It's diminutive.
Oh, all right, the next one, KF7. Gosh, what could that be?
I wonder
Huh.
what. It's funny that it doesn't have a stock though. That's the
A little bit, yeah.
But I wonder if it's just overall size.
Now, there is no Krinkov in the game, and one of the most famous uses of an AK in GoldenEye is the Krinkov with the stock folded
Yep.
that we see Pierce Brosnan shooting one-handed.
yeah, and he rocks it from the top of the tank and all that.
So maybe that's
you have a
where they
general
go.
idea of what they're probably going for. Just obviously, it's got the full size like barrel length that you typically see. But again, horseshoes and hand grenades when you're doing 64-bit.
Exactly. All right, ZMG. Oh, mini Uzi.
Yeah.
Clearly. All right.
Which is funny. It ends up being a popular gun, the Mac-10 rather. But in Die Another Day, you see him on a hovercraft in North Korea.
That's right.
Shooting a Mac-10 like that, or an Ingram of some sort.
Yeah. All right. The D5K, obviously that is the MP5K. And in the game, they actually call it the Deutsche.
Uh-huh.
Like,
They give you the
in
long
case,
version.
in case you needed a little more of a clue as to
Yeah,
what it
if
is.
you need more hand-holding, right? They
Yeah.
really gave you a lot to go
Yeah.
with. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Suppressor variant.
Phantom. Very cool gun in real life.
Yeah.
The Spectre.
Yes. Which
Uh,
makes sense, right? You just invert the name a little bit.
Yeah. I don't remember
Synonyms are
one
fun.
of those being in the movie. Was it?
No. There's a lot of guns in here that are just kind of adjacent.
Okay.
I mean, you're filling out a video game roster, right? Like, while Brosnan's movies have a lot of gunfighting and a lot of gunplay, it's kind of like set pieces do certain things, and so you don't see a lot of them. So when you're building out a full video game roster, you need all sorts of things.
Okay. AR-33. How about M16? Or perhaps AR-15?
Yeah.
That's another pretty obvious one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
No
Missing a
difficult
trigger,
there.
but they're pretty close. Yeah. P90, obviously, with the RC P90.
I remember my friends and I always referring to this as like a nail gun or a staple gun when we were playing.
Yeah, I could see that, especially
we
with the
youngins.
magazine having it all stapled out like that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because again, not a Bond gun in this movie, but you do see Brosnan run one in The World Is Not Enough.
Okay.
He's in the nuclear weapon facility chasing the bad guy, and he has got a P90 on hand. So
It's funny. I feel like when I was playing the game, I did not know what a P90 was. And this gun was a complete mystery to me at the time.
I think like the Klobb game, this game got a lot of folks into the P90.
Makes
I know
sense.
some folks that are love the platform because they fell in love with it here.
All right. Shotgun. Kind of generic. Could be anything,
Yeah,
really.
I think it's kind of going for like that kind of gives you like a Spaz 12 kind of effect, right? With like the heat shield and stuff
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And it's an auto shotgun as well. So
Yeah.
you could see that being the kind of thing. Now, this one is a stretch, but the next one down, it's really hard to tell, and it doesn't really match it at all. But with the way the scope is set up with the dual piece, it's kind of meant to be a WA-2000.
The optic looks like WA-2000. The
Yep.
rest of the gun
Nope.
doesn't really.
No. Close
They're-
enough for a 64-bit James Bond to hold it, I guess.
Yeah.
But, when you see it as well, it just looks like a boat of wood with a scope. So, you really couldn't tell if you wanted to anyway.
Yeah. All right. Cougar Magnum. Was this the? Oh no, this is like the Blackhawk.
Yeah, kind of doing that Blackhawk, or probably what they were really stretching from was Live and Let Die, which is a Model 29. So, you know, chrome-plated 44 mag makes sense, but it definitely has more of a Ruger look to it here, which John Gardner's James Bond carries a Black Hawk. So there you go.
Yeah.
It works either way, whatever way you want to cut it.
It's close enough to Roger Moore's big 44 Magnum, which to me is sort of like in the film sense, seeing Bond with a large frame revolver is very disorienting.
Well, it's weird that he has a chrome-plated gun with an all-black tactical outfit and then like a bright orange leather shoulder holster. And then probably the worst part is that he has no extra ammo with him.
Right.
He shoots the 6 rounds and he just throws it aside. He's like, well, I got done with that. And then he fights another guy.
This was a wrong gun for me anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really want this. So
all right, so for you guys who are watching in the middle of this video, here's a cool little teaser. Smith & Wesson Model 29 6.5-inch barrel chromed. They didn't make at the time. Like, you couldn't get that from Smith & Wesson.
They were terribly hard to come by if you could still get them at the time, right? They were kind of low. So from the research and the other pieces that we find on like the stories of these props, this was a gun that was taken to an auto shop and chromed the same way they would chrome a bumper.
It was a blued gun that they got chromed by an auto body shop for the film.
Yeah, is that or stainless as the base? One of the two, but it was not supposed to be chromed. And they just slathered it on there. And apparently, like when you look through a lot of the prop guns that they did for these movies, that was pretty commonplace. Okay. There's like a little Beretta that appears in the hand of 3 different Bond girls, the Jetfire actually, so the little tip-up barrel 25. Yeah. And apparently it happens to be, according to the guys that collect the props, the same gun, except by the time you get to the later movies, they just dip it in chrome. So they're like, it doesn't need to be blued anymore.
It looks better chrome, sticks out more.
When it's that small, I guess, right?
Yeah. All right, the Golden Gun next.
Super obvious, right?
Clearly the Golden Gun.
Yeah, Scaramanga.
Yep.
And then you've got these were, I assume, cheat code guns or whatever you unlock down the road, the silver, the gold, Moonraker laser gun.
Yes. That's
so fun.
Yep. And originally props built largely out of an Uzi.
Yeah, toy Uzi from that time frame. They were being mass produced and then just kind of like the Star Wars props at the time. Just kind of a bunch of stuff stapled, glued, assembled, painted, walked on the set.
And is that covered in your book?
You know it. Of course. How could it not, right?
Okay. Watch laser,
a
grenade launcher, sort of an amalgam of several different ones. Sort of the Milcor grenade launcher right there. It's sort of an RPG guy.
I think it's kind of what it's going for, especially with the Russian lean in. Right?
Tube with handle, I think is what we're seeing there. Grenades.
GoldenEye mines, of course. The timed mines, then those make a big deal for the movie, and of course they just have them the same way styled out.
Taser, which kind of looks like a cell phone. I've seen those at gun shows.
Those are pretty popular throughout the Bond games in general. I grew up not in this generation. If you had a PS2, I might beat you a little better on Nightfire. That's what I grew up on. And they had the cell phone. They had a flip phone that was not only
that's right.
It was a taser and it was a grapnel.
That came out of, as a taser, that came out of Tomorrow Never Dies?
Yeah, in the film it also happens to be a taser. So it's, again, funny, you kind of see a taser that vaguely looks like a cell phone here, and then in the next movie he actually has a cell phone that is in fact a taser that's of that shape. So it all kind of works out.
And then a tank, which is it's a T-72. And we don't even get
Shockingly, you can't pull it up on your watch.
Just a tank.
Oh.
A taser.
Taser Boy.
Taser Boy. Well, there you go, Nintendo. Thank you.
It's got the little James Bond logo.
Of course
That's
it does.
terribly fun.
Which James Bond would actually do it that way.
Oh,
like Q
absolutely. It's like
that.
if you watch Moonraker, he whips out a little spy camera and he starts shooting, and it says 007 right across the front of it. So, you know.
Excellent spycraft.
Yeah.
Get your secret ID number on your equipment, on your person.
Or Diamonds Are Forever. I think that's one of the better ones. James Bond flips his wallet with the guy that he just knocked out. And what does she pull out of his wallet but his Playboy Mansion membership card? And it says James Bond. And she knows who he is as a lowly diamond smuggler. He's like, you just killed James Bond. And he's like, oh, was that who that was? As if everyone on God's green earth knows who he is.
Well, of course everyone knows who James Bond is.
So it's just so fun. And stuff like this is covered in nauseating detail in the volume.
Yes, indeed it is. So we just thought this would be a fun little throwback because we had access to GoldenEye, and it was such a touchstone for myself and Caleb and a lot of you guys. So, as I mentioned, we actually are currently running the Kickstarter for Caleb's book, Licensed Troubleshooter, The Guns of James Bond, which is a massive tome covering all of the guns from cinematic and literary James Bond in excruciating detail, awesome detail, along with a lot of like the history and the anecdotes and the contextual basis for these guns, how Bond affected history, how history affected Bond, back and forth.
Yeah.
So much cool stuff in the book.
It's really fun.
And we have a stretch goal for a little mini section on the guns from N64. So if you want to pre-order your copy, check it out. The link's in the description text below. It's running on Kickstarter right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to give Caleb one more chance to try and redeem himself and beat me here. So we'll catch you next time.
Sounds good.